no, I think if you're Vega, you're actually very... It's actually cutting creeps, farming...
Purification!
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
Yeah, they are at the moment. All three cores having a bit of a better time. And yep, you see you have 1k lead. Mentioned that case, but
I mean, dual lane Natus just being zoned out by so bad. Just hitting them and forcing them back.
They're going to eat stuns every time they come in. And
exactly.
Sure, not necessarily going to kill them, but it's going to mess with CS and all. Fishman versus Lil.
Is there anyone from mid able to rotate? Nope. I don't know.
It's not baiting each other, you know. Lil knows he's got the 2 spells. Fishman's got a new.
Stronger though. Maybe if he tosses him into the setars, but not even then, I think.
Oh, Mango. Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah. With the setars.
But you think Lil loses this duel?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it's close. But indeed, Fishman is victorious yet again in his life.
I mean,
he's always winning, Fishman.
And everyone tips him, of course. I mean, overall, going for that play is so risky. His only way to win that duel is if setars will help him out hard. But that's like not 100%.
Nah, most
While for Fishman, it's much easier. He has Inkswell, he has Stroke of Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fight.
Deny!
Been on this top lane, Gianni. Still farming great. Non-Grotto's getting stuff out of the lane though as well. Only the...
I take what I please.
It's still very close. Fishman's back in the lane to add a bit of extra pressure onto Non-Grotto. Non-Grotto trying to get in. Get some spins off mid lane GPK.
Overall, if Axe has a good lane, good game, good start, and if he is able to like get the blade mail blink early on versus Jug, he can destroy that hero so easily in the mid game. But so far, Jug is doing a little bit better on that lane at least.
The nice thing about Jug
money to burn.
My blade is swifter.
Once he's down bottom side.
Leaps out.
He's out. But it is also him being away for creeps, tries to turn. But has to be ever so careful. Light strike into a hoof stomp. A little bit a lot of damage. Does of course have the fear by his side ready to offer out and have the grace.
Heavenly Grace to help him farm, but that's it.
Get him back up to full, make sure that he's not close to any sort of chance of being burst by the combo. It's hard for him to get in. Same time top lane Non-Grotto. He's got the salve, but
he's joking really well. He should be fine.
He's able to keep going as well. Johnny couldn't quite get him through the trees. Good jukes from Non-Grotto. Same time they're bottom, they do get that kill on top.
Oh, JJ.
JJ.
Detours.
Yeah. Okay.
Detours.
Regeneration.
Yeah, you the kill, JJ. Why?
It's definitely not Jeever.
They're swapping root lanes.
I think you want to try and get Silent somewhere else. But yeah, bottom lane, he's not going to find anything. Last hero is just, you know, is this beefy sense or just smacking down creeps in front of you. You don't get to touch him as a Slark. We'll see. I mean, we'll see.
He's making the Slarks.
Yeah.
It's chasing around immediately when he TP.
Let's see what Silent's able to do. Up here, it's still just level 4. Does have the 2 supports with him once again. The Light Strike Array is down.
It's so
bad will let his presence be known. And 2k lead. Vega still continuing to gradually climb ahead in these lanes. Winstrike
Silent.
And Silent the place.
Man, he can die here. He needs to pounce out. There we go.
They'll try and chase with the as well, but not fancying a dive under the tower. Vega playing it safe. And they know that they don't necessarily have to get the kill. It's just another creep wave where Silent will struggle to touch the creeps on. But pressure from Vega and good response to the movements of Strike's cores up and down the map. They continue to get very good farm on all 3 Radiant cores. GPK still sitting there very high up with Silent. Let's have the Dart Packs. He's going to get the Light Strike Array off.
Fish wasn't able to hook him on that bounce from the other side, sadly.
Yeah, maybe if they get the block, he has a chance there.
Heavenly's Grace definitely does help out there. Fine. They are looking for a dive on that top lane.
I mean,
though.
he pretty much got 6 on. He just needs
should be
one
really
creep and he's got Omni Slash.
Should be fun with the next creep wave, I believe.
The nice thing about this the Winstrike are not states with the off.
Dire's middle tower is under
Not the
fire.
tri lane. If you're doing nothing to do. Probably just waiting for
Illusion!
game.
Oh, there's this.
I got some good news. So,
He gets killed up instantly by No Fear's Omni, and that's it. This is the only lane that's actually even interesting at the moment. Everyone else is very passive. Rubik is around mid though, so maybe something happens over there. Maybe they try to go for the Necro. Yeah.
see. Got the damage to do so. Drag him into the combo, and that we certainly do. Thank you. Winstrike getting their first kill of the game at the same time. Top lane, they will manage to collapse in, kill No Fear and Silent as well. So just as Winstrike find a little bit of fortune with that kill mid, they do quickly lose 2 heroes elsewhere as Vega know that they can turn the pressure on.
The moment they see Rubik on mid lane, there's absolutely no reason not to dive. Also, they notice that Funka has committed all of his spells for Necro, so there's nothing stopping you from diving. They do exactly that. They were waiting for that for a long time, so
Winstrike are going to come back and try and fit in this tier 1. I think the last hero stun out. 2 of them with a Who Stomp. In they go. Johnny does some stun grinding against the call off. Got the healing wall down. They should back away. Kuman comes to the rotation, looking towards the central, but last hero is speedy. He should be able to kill him. And he's making them work for Axe. I say they should be.
no.
They've got the
Axe is there. Oh, Axe has the cleave. The cleave from the creeps gets the. Oh.
I get it. Takes quite a lot of reaction though, and tower does still go down.
What's the Necro doing? What's he building into right now? Oh,
He's going great.
taunt. He's taunted. He has no spin anymore. He should run out.
Can they
and
kill him
come out.
afterwards? They're going to drag back. They've got the button down as well with the X mark. He's in trouble here on the jug. They've got the jug. GPK's coming with the rotation though. He's looking to right click down, No Fear. That's the Omni dead. Holding on to the Reaper's side. Maybe seeing if they can get another target. Stroke of Fate connects. Reaper's side down on Lil. Won't get the kill immediately. Look at the follow up. Still counts GPK getting the goal, getting the glory. Double kill for the Necrophos.
That's so big for him as well. Gets him closer to those greaves. Has the buckler and the headdress right now, so should have mech very soon, which will allow them, like, they will have a lot of sustain super early on. With the healing ward, with the heals from that pulse and the mech coming up, they will be very hard to kill.
Winstrike definitely. They have Punka.
Yeah, they don't have damage, right, at all. Yeah.
It's also very favorable now. 3-1 top. Basically so if you can farm every mid. Which they take away from. So like every minute
They have some sustain.
just favors Vic.
Top.
He's fine.
He comes in as well from
But the
Fishman.
yeah, but don't Grata. If he gets closer, I guess, but
He's beefy with that Vanguard.
Yeah, he's
and
very
he's
beefy.
got teammates around him.
Omni is there. There's
Yeah.
no way he dies.
You can't
He
go
might
on
even
next.
try to wrap around. That might be problematic though, as Lina is rotating into. So with that Lina, they might have enough damage.
Now they got 6.
Yeah. Oh, the light strike array misses.
Yeah,
And the stroke of
they don't
fate.
know what's going on now. Winstrike there. Ward there as well. Just see them coming out of the lane. Back away.
Haste! Dire's
Same
bottom
time
tower
down
is
bottom.
in
Last hero.
turmoil.
Himself a creep wave. Down there, Silent starting to get a bit of space, but still very much a lot of catching up this Slight needs to do. Sitting far behind the other big cores in this game. See him mid now, Kuman. Getting you down a little bit.
the
Will
X is on
turn
the
though
Lina.
so bad. Caught by the combo, and you down. That's one down. The Soulbind's going to be thrown out, but there's no follow-up from Vega. There's now GPK, dragged back by the telekinesis. They've got the X-Mark down upon him as well.
He's very tanky.
Anything else they can throw out on him? There is not. Stolen Dragon Slave will come out, but GPK and with the Ghost Shroud and the heal. It's more than fine.
Yeah, so bad he can't be at the same spot where where Necro is. If there's Kunkka around, if he gets X-marked, like, he dies. Necro can't save him. Necro, if he gets X-marked, most likely in that situation he just survives. He should have a mech flying very soon too. I think it's on the courier.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. He's super safe. However, Lina he's like, I'm your buddy. I'm gonna stand with you and.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could just look for what the Necro to sort of bait the X combo. Try and make the Kunkka go on him. Again, just Kuman sort of toying around with him. Nothing more than a bit of pressure.
He's just defending, right? That's all he's doing.
Trying to prep him.
Yeah.
Pig, get him.
This could hit them hard if anyone comes in on mid, but at the moment, GPK and Fishman sticking away from the lane. GPK is going to come running back towards the middle.
He feels safe. Like, he's very tanky, so they must.
See if they can comment. Look at the blink jump into the boat. It's a lot. Should be enough. They've got it with the dunk. Winstrike made the quick play. In fact, Vega are going to try and react to this. They brought Johnny in on his jug. X-Mark will hold and control Fishman, dragging him back in. Silence is on the axe to stop him from getting the call. Stroke of Fate slows him down as well. Gianni.
Centaurus here.
He's got the friends he needs. Last hero charging in, trying to get on top of Non-Grata. The Stampede in. They've got the burst combo. GA's out just in time before the Omni Slash, keeping Non-Grata more than safe. Shani's Omni Slash for nothing. As Winstrike are able to disengage, get back towards their tower. Fishman still trying to get in with the Inkswell. Does manage to stun the two of them, but Silent already dart pacting it off. Turns, gets a kill out of that TP in as well. So some well-needed gold for the Slark as Silent turns up at the end of that fight. On Winstrike, keeping the game back on even.
Well-needed gold because he doesn't even have a Midas right now. 15 minutes in on that Slark, sitting on what, Gloves of Haste and 1,000 gold. Not really great.
Yeah, a really rough laning stage. These kills will certainly help pick him back into the game. Getting in, getting those little touches in, makes all the difference in the other game.
They will get some bounties. Winstrike gets, what, 3 actually, as Lil picks up 1 on the top lane, so that's pretty good for Winstrike. And Necro, you can see that he's cocky, right? Like, he has the sticks, he has the mech, he feels invincible, but if they stun lock him before he uses Ghost Shroud and mech or sticks, they can definitely take him down. Which they did with the call.
The thing is, they need to commit.
Yeah.
Even if you do.
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests. Fierce and Dire have fortified their structures.
Yeah, once the hood's done on GPK, even with like the whole team, it's you're not necessarily going to burst him. He's going to get the Ghost Shroud off and live for a little longer. So it's going to be tough mid lane.
This is not great.
Straight in, they get the stun down. On the back of it all, the boat down onto GPK. Does manage to hit the tournament, but GPK still sitting at half health. Last hero, he's on the front of it all. Torrent does come out as well as the Fade Bolt. GPK finally gets taken out though, not Grata. He's in with the dunk. Turns towards Fishman. Fishman backs up to double the tuna. Isn't enough to get any immediate kill. Last hero is on top of Non-Grata. The torch there allowing Non-Grata to back off. Stroke of Fate flies in, and might bring the healing water outside the range of the wall. The 2-man torrent on Kuman, but it's still not enough. There's Jug, he's still alive. Cap Blade Fury, the Stampede now popped as they'll try and chase out of there. Kuman will be able to run away as they'll lose the Omni Knight to so bad on the sidelines. GPK for no fear being the trade. The rest of Vega will survive, and likewise Winstrike able to get everyone else out of there.
Yeah, No Fear sacrificed himself there, tried to kill the healing ward, does get it, but he dies instead as well.
A game-winning Stampede steal by...
Yeah.
I think they would have lost Axe and...
Yeah, I think Kunkka would have definitely been dead as well if they didn't get that Stampede steal. Yeah, he was so low in that fight. And power of the little Rubik. It's got a lot of beautiful things to steal this game, and keeping that Kunkka alive as well as protecting this gold that he's stockpiling very close to having the relic done.
And getting closer to the Radiance. Phases round Radiance coming soon on Boomman's Kunkka. Gives them that extra oomph that they need versus the Necro as well when he uses the Ghost Shroud. Definitely a good item build this game.
I think Winstrike are actually pretty happy this game turned out. I think the way the game started, Vega were setting the game up to be able to just slowly outfarm Winstrike, but by forcing these fights, they've kind of given them a way back into the game.
Yeah, they just brought everyone, right? And this Slark hasn't died once in these fights, which is really good for them too. So he farms around a little bit and joins the fight. Vega kind of forced the matter, didn't they? Like, if they just continued... Yeah. They felt way too comfortable, I guess. Way too strong after the laning stage. Which I thought they were as well. Like, if I was them, I would force these fights too, but they just didn't...
I think you need the crucial item here if you want to finish it. Jug only had Yasha. They weren't really fighting with actually meaning anything.
Invisibility.
Last hero. Look at that Invis. Sentry is down. They're non-grata and no Kuman. They are around. Last hero is going to try and go for the lead in. The blink, see if he wants to try and make a jump. There's a lot of Winstrike here, no fear with the preliminary Heavenly Grace. We'll still go for the jump in, but obviously that short amount of disable thanks to status resistance means that no fear can just walk away. So now commit the soulbind and get it onto two of them with the silence, Stampede as well. So chase down two-man Reaper sub, the GA's out. Lil still getting hit down very low by the magical damage. The heal though for the purification keeps Lil alive. Lightstrike and Laguna being focused down onto non-grata. They're trying to kill off the Axe. He's chased down, they'll get Axe. The rest of Winstrike able to disengage.
All that time Slark is just farming on the top lane. Like, he's not really contested at all, so in that way it's kinda alright. They did use the GA though.
It was a big commitment from Vega though as well. Throwing down Lagunas, Reaper Scythes, Stampedes and everything for that.
They might get a tier 1 too, which they will. So they do get an objective out of those kills. Pretty good. A little bit unfortunate how Axe jumps in without calling anyone there. Could have been a bit better for Winstrike, I believe.
Yeah, I think once that happens, the fight is kind of open.
Yeah.
So Bab's got the lens a little easier for him to sort of sit out of harm's way, get his spells off. Much more high chance of him being able to follow up the soulbind with the Laguna. Which will make all the difference, especially when they're trying to go for these Reaper Scythe plays.
Yeah. Will be huge once he gets Yules next, which probably is his next item. Going to be really good versus the Kunkka and the Axe.
JJ, I can't go to the Dire Heroes anymore, but I can have win probability.
JJ. Well, down bottom, Sheev. JJ, we're missing the kill.
Yeah, take over.
JJ.
Died for nothing. Eat my weight.
Are you really gonna try turning
Silent.
it on and off again?
My Silent's got his defusal done. They've got the Radiance as well on Kunkka. They're getting these items now.
Yeah, they're definitely hitting...
now these next sort of fights that Vega try and turn up to, Winstrike's going to be able to turn them around quite nicely.
I was looking for the
Suddenly Kunkka's in with the Radiance.
Yeah, Blade Mail Blink is there too. They've got it all.
Unless they throw everything down to Kunkka, it's going to be hard for them to burst him down, you know, quickly. If he gets the ROM out, he's going to live for a long time in these fights with the Radiance ticking out on everyone.
I guess you still have a lot of bursts on Vega though. Like, you have the Laguna Blade, you have Jug with Omnislash, you have the Reaper Sight. The only thing is, like, you can't throw it all on Kunkka, can you? You need to deal with the Omni Knight as well. He's a problem.
I think the thing is, there's so much magic, they can kind of burst through if they can get it off.
Silent. Ooh, he gets the Shadow Dance off in time. They do manage to get the total control. Silent trying to turn, but he's still being utilised. GA's pop. Blade Fury's down. Reaper Cypher's down to Silent, but it's not enough. Silent will be able to get away. If he's able to sneak out of there, they'll lose no fear as Omni Knight. Fishman's still alive, being healed up. Jumping again. They've got the call. The taunt is out, but the stun control's now onto non-grata. He's spinning about. The Omni Slash comes into play. They've cut down another. Winstrike trying to turn with the Blade Fury. Lil stolen Blade Fury. Telekinesis onto GPK. Drag back. If they got any damage to finish off that Necro, GPK is still alive. He's able to walk away, but there's the X-Puncher back. Kuman with the control, the two-man torrent.
I just got to say, Lil just played that fight so well on this Rubik. Glimmer caping the Slark, which actually makes him survive through the Reaper side. Then again, turning the fight on the Necro, shrining up their non-grata as well, buying back, calling the two of them. Just letting this Rubik with Blade Fury and the Death Pulse finish off the Necro. That was pretty good.
So
Sure, give us the replay.
Oh, they're going to go on him.
Wait,
see if they can find him. Jug on the high ground. He's tying them up. They're going to want to try and do anything here now. They've got to let this tier 1 go.
Yep.
Winstrike getting
There's
the
some
tower.
stacks on the Slark as well, so you don't want to fight. immediately. But yeah, Winstrike, they're definitely coming back into this game hot.
Yeah, they've got their arms. Pretty strong at the moment.
A couple of those fights on the mid lane weren't really well played by Vega, and they forced the matter without utilizing the gold like Aydin has said, and now they need to find ways of coming back into these fights properly again.
They're really committing to it too. Jug went Diffu, so he's like not going some Maelstrom out from the Canaders. And I think if they kind of need to win them. They're playing according to the items.
Radiant's top tower.
Wants a good wrap around Vega. Lancer's going to jump in immediately, gets disabled by the telekinesis of Lil. Lil mimicates and backs off. The boat's down straight away onto Fishman. Fishman's the focus for Kumana now, but the Soulbind comes out, connecting the two of them. There's two-man silence as well. Last Hero is still keeping Lil pushed away on the sidelines of it all. Fishman keeping the distance, turns with the silence out of the Kunkka. Lil's still alive. Lil
controlling them so well.
He's playing around with them. Fishman will fall, and Lil on this backlines has made the space for the rest of his team to just go ham. As the distraction's been set, Lil also able to turn, set up onto another telekinesis back on the Centaur. It's going to be a fourth dead on Vega Squadron.
MVP of that fight once again, Rubik, just buying them so much time, helping with the Lina kill early on as well. Without that Lina, they just don't have enough. They don't have sufficient burst damage to take these heroes down. They're pretty beefy at the moment. It looked like a good wraparound. I had the feeling Centaur might get like a 3-man stomp, but he only catches the Kunkka, which wasn't really, which wasn't really that great. Also, they fought around their shrine and still lost.
Yeah, it's difficult to fight into the. If you initiate on Kunkka, you're not gonna win the fight. They kind of need to find either of them. That's kind of where the counter initiation. Spell or Cable.
And the Omni Knight with Heavenly's Grace as well is pretty decent, right? To save the target. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they're starting to like run out of damage. They can't just one. It's a bit worrisome if you're Vega though, but Stroke's item build is not really made.
The scale, right? Yeah. Supposed to be winning right now, and also the Necro is the same with Grieve first, right?
Sentinel's in. You might hit the two-man who's top on the back to get a live strike, and the Omniscience goes straight away down to Nogona, but the GA keeps Nogona alive from the Omniscience. The Reaper side comes down, but Nogona still like finally falls to the Blade Fury. Magical damage is enough. Silence turns with the Shadow Dance, starts to rack up the essence shifts, and he hits into Last Hero. Johnny looking towards Silent, but again, Lil's turned up. Telekinesis torrents out. Last Hero tries to help him with a Who Stop, but they've already lost the Jug. They will find Nogana. Now Vega can try and chase down for more. As Inkswell connects onto Kuman, Light Strike down onto the two of them as well. Kuman trying to turn, has the Heavenly Grace, but it isn't enough to keep him alive as Vega strike back. They found 3.
Slark at least survives, and he was happy to very lucky to survive too, as he survived at like 10-15 HP, jumping across that cliff after finishing off the Jug.
The big difference with Split is that they managed to kill off the Axe. He doesn't get more than one. Kind of like makes all the difference. Once they're
I think
they can't fight into Vega. They'll just kite them around.
What was really good is Axe jumps in, but the problem for him was Centaur jumped in the back, right? So they couldn't follow up the Axe call. It was actually Axe that initiated, but sadly for him, Centaur did the same thing at the same time.
It's gonna be how they win the fight. Like if Axe dies right away.
Then again, Jug dies. What's his item progression, Sheaves? Can we click on Jug?
Oh, I'm no longer in control of the camera.
I'm not controlling.
Because I messed it up. I can only look at Radiant Hero.
Alright. JJ. So Jug has what? SMY Diffusal. Very peculiar build. Some status resistance, I guess, besides the...
All we got on Scent as well is what getting the pipe done. Very good, very good.
So who's ahead and behind? Because right now I see 4K difference in favor of Winstrike, and their Kunkka is
this Kunkka's pretty. Kuman's massive,
but
he's a beefy
feel
boy.
Like they're ahead. Feels like
they just finished 2 BKB.
Bottom tower has a nasty
They should be able to win fight.
Yeah, they are alright
just
at the
picked up
moment.
his. They didn't have it on the left.
I guess as the game progresses, you'd favor Winstrike, wouldn't you? What do you think? Like with the Slark and the Kunkka?
I think just based off how the game has been playing. Oh yeah, probably. I think once Rubik picked.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think there are ways though. but it's like itemization and these kind of matter a lot. Jug didn't go for Maelstrom. Necro committed.
Radiant's bottom
they aren't
tower
really
has
scaling.
an invited guest.
Whereas,
I mean,
Winstrike with Radiance and my...
If it goes late, I feel like you've always got to consider just the ridiculous power of having a Grimstroke on your team. You know, already you're going to have, what, double Hex potential, and you know, you're throwing a Reaper side to that. Like, sort of no matter, if the game gets late, there's always going to be that one play that sort of just, you know, throws a spanner into it for Winstrike.
It's just these cores, the way they itemized. Winstrike has items that bring them into the late game easily, with the Radiance and the Midas, while these guys on the side of Vega, they went for Grease and they went for Diffusal, SNY on Jug, you know. Like, if they lose a couple of next fights, it's going to be so heavy
Sure,
for
like,
them.
they want to be ahead,
yeah. Exactly.
But it is doable. Like, they do have the tools.
Yeah. Yeah, Basher is there for Hani now. Sani, Jani.
Top tower.
So yeah, full fight of the Jug. He's ready to go. We've seen so far that's been quite hard. No Fear's been pretty on point with the GAs. Every time, just holding them until they see Jani full commit with the Omni Slash.
Structures have been secured.
Faster, he's going to get a bit of split pressure up top. Should be able to finish off this tier 2. Because they'll get the trade. Winstrike pushing down bottom themselves.
Top tower.
A huge ward placed by Lil inside of their base. If they don't sentry that, they're going to get
just fortified
on how Vega moves.
Dire's top tower is not on top of things.
Winstrike might actually get, if they get any sort of wrap around his silent.
They want to.
Hard high ground thrower now.
Yeah.
Last
And there's Centaur porting in too.
Oh, with the light strike out, so there, last year was actually trying to fit. He jumps in straight with the Hoostomp. Soulmine's out of the two, and there's the GA again. The GA's out before the Omni Slash. But the Omni Slash is useless for now. GBK being focused, gets Ghost Shroud out. Silent trying to commit with the BKB, focusing down onto the Necrophos. The Ghost Shroud already used. GPK, he's got anything else to save him. He's got one more Death Pulse here with the jumper for Non-Grana, catching him out with the Taunt. Torrent out as well as they chain stun out the Centaur. Last hero, the focus is Silent, continues to rack up those essence shifts. 3 dead. Vega Squadron, Winstrike taking the fight with these BKBs. Again, no fear, just on point with these GAs, making it impossible for Jani to fight into. Now Winstrike, they're into the base and onto the tier 3s. 3 dead on Vega Squadron. The buyback will be used by last hero. Winstrike actually trying to poke for more. The Blade Fury from Jani will keep him fine. And on out turn, they do get the stun out. Silent able to pounce down to the low ground.
Axe is in though, and the boat is in, so they should be able to retreat very easily, yeah. Strong. By the way, last hero that last fight uses Stampede, jumps in on the Slark that has BKB and on Omninet behind him, gives away the Stampede to Rubik, does absolutely nothing with his initiation. Necro is left all alone, lonesome versus the Axe versus the Slark.
I feel like they're getting
Radiant's middle.
They're trying to find the picks here. They found Silent, but Silent's BKB's back up again. They have the right clicks. He's able to jump away. Soulbind links him up to Lil. Lil's got the Blade Fury. Silent's got the BKB, so they'll try and dance themselves away. They're still on top of them, though. They're cool. Non-Gratis able to stop another stomp coming down onto Lil. But now the attention will be turned towards the Axe. Johnny's got the damage. Blade Mail will wear off. Light Strike away from Soulbind comes into play. Non-Gratis will fall. Surely last hero is in, but there's who stomp onto the 3 of them. They're pushing on. The healing wall for Vega, keeping them up healthy. The Reaper side down upon him as they will be able to nuke down No Fear. Turning now towards Silent, bashed up. No mana, no BKB. Silent's in trouble. He needs help. He's skill limit from Lil. Lil able to get him out with the Glimmer Cape. Can they chase this down? Stroke of Fate. High clip him. Silent will manage to survive thanks to Lil, saving him once again.
That Glimmer Cape, man, doing so much work this game.
And the threat of the Omni Knight buying back will help him out.
But still Vega actually able to make a bit of an invasive play there, pushing back into the jungle up top after that push down mid from Winstrike. And they get the kills. They're able to get Non-Grata. Able to poke back still. Winstrike with the 7k advantage, but Vega Squadron has certainly shown that they can still make the plays, fight around these cooldowns as they need to. You know, a lot of the time, pretty much every fight, No Fear has had GA. If they can try and make something happen when he hasn't, you know, Jani's able to do a fair bit with this build, with the SMY diffusal back. Actually, he does hurt. He can get onto a target without the threat of the physical immunity being there in response.
I think Vega recognized killing Axe. They actually have a very good shot at pop everything on. The Axe is dead. You saw in the last fight,
So I think a lot of that down to last hero making that right jump. He's always been, you know, he's give credit to him. He's been the one to go. You know, he's always been jumping in. He's ready to start the fights.
It's not easy.
No, not at all.
Like behind you don't have board. I make it sound easier than it.
Have a bit of a poke at Roche, but and they are in pretty good shape to do so with all their ults available. Same thing though, Vega still very much not a lineup to be underestimated, even with the slight lead that Winstrike have. I know that Vega can still force a fight around the pit. Can easily get in and get out with the Stampede. Winstrike want to try and look for the pick-off before they do so. Look to draw the wrap around the map. Nongrada's not involved in this smoke, and neither is Kuman, so two of them will show.
No sorceries are there.
Nongrada comes in to clear the way. Silent starts to head forward. The smoke will be dispelled, in fact. They'll reveal themselves as Yules from Sobad throws them up into the air. They're actually going to go for the TP out, but Sobad...
Oh, he's out.
No pouncing time.
Fishman, however.
Okay, actually missed the call,
Yeah,
but
he's
indeed
still
they've got the X-Mark. There's no help for Fishman. They'll let him fall. Fishman left behind.
Wash over.
There's a pick-off for Winstrike. They may feel confident with that to just go into the Roche. We'll see if there's going to be any attempt to do so or any response from Vega. Gianni, space down bottom, starting to rack up the gold once more, 3,500. In fact, Winstrike, they're going to look for a bit of a grab. They're going to try and move towards mid, look towards GPK, jump forward. Silent shows up into the air, last hero tries to get on the backline. Stampede as he looks to close onto No Fear. No Fear using the GA early. Soulpine will look the two of them together, but Silent able to jump away with the BKB. So that's GA and the Slug BKB down. Vega's been able to poke out a bit with that.
The BKB is down. I believe they just go back.
And makes it, you know, now it makes it a lot harder for Winstrike to think about going for Roche with this in mind.
Yeah, but they have pretty good, solid wards around this area.
They're going to try and fight. They're going to jump. They've got the chain stuns. Stanley sort of help with the jump. There's the jump forward with the power purification. He needs help. He needs it now. We'll be able to get the Blade Fury off. Healing ward's down as well. He's going to start healing up. They've got the vision. Reaper stuck down into Silence. Silence got to back away. Shadow Dancer's popped to get the bash out for the Crimson Guard, keeping Gianni safe. Shadow Dancer's about to throw a finish off, and Sobad turns the Light Strike Laguna onto Silent. Winstrike starting to get pushed right back. There's the wraparound for Kuman. He's now in on the front, looking towards Sobad, but already they've lost the Grimstroke. It's a dieback on Grimstroke. Winstrike now turn, collapse on the GPK. GPK's dead. They've lost Gianni as well. Last hero is gone. Winstrike. They're able to keep the fight strong. Kuman just charges in as the rest of his team pick alongside the back lines.
And they have the creeps necessary on the mid lane to go and force the buybacks. They could go for Roshan as well if these buybacks happen, I guess. But they might even just force the high ground.
Bandages.
I guess, but alright, they are going high ground. Too many stacks of Silent to just waste, I guess.
GPK, he doesn't want to buy back, but he might have to. They're going to try and hold on to the Brad.
Oh, they're going for melee. Alright.
See if they can spook Winstrike off, but there's no buyback on the Centaur. More the Grimstroke. Grimstroke back to 20.
Yeah.
Nothing to be afraid of.